First, we're going to have our in-person presenter, Suzanne. If you could come up here with us. Give her a hand, guys. We'll get you a microphone.
Okay. You got to hold it right on your chin.
Hi, Chris. Nice meeting you in person. Okay.
Yay!
Hello, everybody. How you doing tonight?
Hey.
Sorry, I skipped over that slide. It was just the other mentors. There's about a dozen of us, so it's not just me, right? There's a bunch of us, and we're all equally successful, so you'll get to know all of us once you join the program. But let's get started with you, Suzanne. So first, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well,
Tell us your background, where how you found us, and what's your career like, and all
okay. Well, I lived in San Antonio 30 years ago, and then left for Austin for 25 years. And I just came back last year, thanks to Lifestyles Unlimited. I was working as a career counselor at a community college. Twice I got out of debt, thanks to Dave Ramsey, because I raised 4 boys as a single mom. So I always worked 2-3 jobs to make ends meet. But I found myself that my degree here in America was not worth not even peanuts. So I had to go back to college, get a second degree, invested $13,000 in my degree just to finish up. And I realized didn't get not even one paid raise. So I heard from a friend about Lifestyles Unlimited, went to the orientation, and I said, I'm going to sign up. My partner said, are you crazy? Look at all that money. I said, I don't care. I spent $13,000 with a degree that didn't give me a pay raise. I'm still a career counselor. I'm going to do it. So I did it, but when I went to listen to Dave Fisher, I was really scared because I was $14,000 in debt, and I had no cash. And I told him, I would like to join, but I don't think that I will ever be able to invest like you guys. He said, do you have a home? I said, well, yeah, it's a mortgage company. Do you have equity? Yeah. He said, well, do a cash out refinance. Pay off your debt, buy your first home. That was the last time I saw him. And then I saw him a few months ago. We were at Home Depot, and he looked like a hobo, and I looked like a hobo myself. All dirty, raggedy, and he is like 7 people away from me. And I said, Dave Fisher, the life changer. He said, I think I know you. I said, yeah, we met in Austin. I said, I have 6 homes, and I'm managing 2 more, so total of 8. Cash flowing, and I could pretty much replace my after taxes income. But I never come to meetings because I'm an extreme introvert. But I enjoy listening to your stories because I could see myself.
Okay, so you did have no real estate background before you came to Lifestyles, right?
No.
Just your
really.
personal home.
Yeah, well,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
I worked in housing here before, but because I work for the working poor. And I was doing a lot of advocacy for people to have a decent home.
Okay.
So I was a housing ombudsman, but never a real estate investor.
On the investing side. Now you're on the other side of the spectrum, right? Okay, awesome. Well, that's great. That's why I wanted to have you up today because, David told us about the story, and I think you work with our mentor, Joe Flores.
Joe Flores, he was amazing. I was just so scared when I first started because I took a high risk. Being a single mom, having my first home meant the world to me because at least I had a place for me and my children. We had gone through a lot of hardships, and that's why I always worked 3 jobs. Had cancer, survived, and the first thing I did was to buy a home in case cancer came back. My kids had a home that they could live. And so never was able to save because I had a lot of debt. I co-signed for the student loans. So I was a millionaire in the red. So
Wrong direction.
Absolutely, going down. So when I met Joe, I said, Joe, I don't know if I'm going to be able to rent this house. Him and his wife were so magnanimous. They walked into my house in Pflugerville, and they said, well, Suzanne, this is a very nice home, and just tweak it here, tweak it there. And I went all Rambo. I said, I'm going to transform this place. I rented in less than 20 days. I really needed to get out of there. And that was my first home. And
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Okay.
but Joe was with me every step of the way.
Great.
The house that we're going to talk about tonight,
Yes.
that
we'll-
was...
We'll go to that slide. So this is one of the property. Do you remember what number on the list? What was it? First, second, third?
That was my very first
This one was the first one?
Yes.
Okay, great.
It was, I had to buy it with hard money because it would not pass inspection.
Right. It was
So
a fixer upper.
everything was new,
Okay.
but the mentorship and the family here are amazing. Because I had to write a plan, and I was working a job that is 60, 65 hours a week, and I'm like, oh, I don't have the time, I don't have the bandwidth. And Joe, my friends, the realtor, the hard money realtor, everybody was. Suzanne, where are your numbers? Are you gonna meet? Do you have a contractor? And I had a contractor that was amazing. He understood that you needed to be on a timeline and line up the inspectors. And then when it came the time for me to draw the first amount of money, I thought, oh no, I cannot draw money and pay 12% interest. And they said, just do it. And I trusted the process. And it was amazing because by the time I went for the second inspection, the house was appraised much higher than what we estimated. And they actually gave me $2,000 cash back.
Okay, so you got cash back when you went from your hard money to your conventional.
to my
Okay,
conventional.
let's go through the pictures real quick. If you can tell us about your the rehab process.
Okay.
So was it a big rehab, middle?
I had to remodel the kitchen and bathrooms because
Okay.
those are the first things that people do.
Wait, you remodeled or you hired someone?
I hired a contractor
Okay.
that was amazing. No, I didn't do.
Perfect.
I didn't do. All I did every
You
time
wrote
I
the
walk
checks.
in, write the check and tell them I want this, I want that, I want that. It feels nice to tell people to do and to be keep
You're
on
the
time.
boss. Yeah, yeah,
To
exactly.
be the boss.
Yes.
Yeah, but the contractor would also tell me, and Joe said, just be conservative, but just remodel in a way that you will feel that that's the home that you would like to live in. And believe me, I live in some dumps, and that's the reason I wanted to get into real estate. Because being a single mom, people didn't want to rent to me. And I promised to myself and Heavenly Father that if I was able to survive cancer, that I would never treat people the way I was treated when I was a single mom with raising kids. You have too many kids, they would tell me to my face. Wow. And the houses that I lived in, the landlords didn't want to fix them. And but Dave Fisher said, best
product, best price.
product,
Yeah.
best practice. My
So
tenants are amazing.
That's our philosophy. We're not slumlords. If you're new to lifestyles, we definitely are not slumlords. We fix our properties up pretty nice, as you'll see. Here, so like you, for example, you added a backsplash.
Yes, and I put stainless steel, all brand new appliances, and
modern cabinet color. Looks like you
painted
added
the
knobs.
cabinets, and the contractor said, you can put a little kitchen aisle here. Everybody likes kitchen aisles. I said, oh my God, those things are expensive. He was so creative. He got 2 cabinets, and what was left of the countertop, granite, he built a kitchen aisle. And the door that you see on before that door, I left it there because it's vintage, and actually tenants like it. That was an entrance to a garage that was converted,
Okay.
and it looked ugly. But I put a dividing wall, and I turned it into a laundry area, and it looks
Nice.
real nice. Yeah.
Okay. And then we've got your living room. You kept the tile, though, right?
Yes, I kept the tile, but I changed the colors.
Yeah.
One
in
of
a
the things
fan.
I like white walls because it just makes the houses look much bigger and cleaner.
Right.
And I stage it a little bit, not too much, just so people can imagine.
Yeah.
My houses are old, but it's because of the customer that I want to rent to the working
Right.
people.
Blue collar.
Blue collar
Yep,
people.
hard workers. Yep.
Absolutely.
Those are our residents. So let's look at the numbers, right? Pictures are great, but at the end of the day, let's hear about your numbers. So you purchased the property for $101,000,
Yes.
and it appraised at $211, right? So
Yeah.
That's a huge difference right there. Now your rehab was 10,000, so it was kind of a lower level.
Yeah, at 10,000 going in,
Okay.
and it was gonna be just the minimum. But I had enough money that I didn't have to spend, and that's when I decided I'm gonna rehab that bathroom and the kitchen because that's gonna be appraised.
The main things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So your cash out of pocket, that's to purchase the property, was total $15,000.
Yes.
You have it rented for $1,575 a month, right? Which is
Yes.
$18,900. But cash flow, remember, cash flow is what you take home. That's after you pay your property taxes, your mortgage, your insurance, HOA if you have one. $573 a month cash flow.
Yeah.
So that's pretty amazing. That's almost $7,000 a year, and it's tax deferred, right? It's not like your earned income, so that's fantastic. Now, cash on cash return, 46%, and your return on equity. We had a typo because the number was so big. We're like, is this the right number? 713,000
Yes.
return on equity.
713%.
Percent, sorry. 713%. I mean, the number is just so crazy because you have 122,000 in equity.
Yes.
And you've only spent $15,000 to buy the house. So who would do that deal? You're going to spend $15,000 to make 122. Can I have 10 of them? Now, right? So obviously you haven't sold it. It's unrealized equity, but you could sell that thing. I mean, you've
Yes,
got so
I can
much,
sell it.
but you
I-
don't, right? You've got a great tenant, and I mean, those numbers, those returns are incredible. It's incredible,
Yes.
especially for your very first deal. I mean, that's
Yes.
great.
And practically all of the houses that I have are pretty much like that. Middle of the road. I don't want to get too fancy, spend too much money. I'd rather rehab to build that equity. And I'm going to be paying more attention. I've been paying for this membership, and I come here once a year. But every time I come, I get out. It's just so motivated.
Right.
But
So you're coming to road trip. Remember,
Absolutely.
guys, we have road trips where we go out and look at these properties. So as we'll talk about some of her future goals, we're going to start coming to road trips so
Yeah.
you can start buying more. But let's look at your portfolio. That's not the only investment you bought, right?
No.
You've got, now this is not talking about your partners. This is just
Just mine.
Suzanne's, right? So you've got 6 properties, 5 in San Antonio, 1 in Pflugerville. For those who don't know, that's outside of Austin.
that was actually my springboard. That's the house where
That you lived in.
Yes, and I went purchase crazy after I saw the results with my Tallulah, my first home. I had refinanced that house twice
Wow.
to get money to buy the other properties.
Amazing. That's fantastic.
Because that's how I went from being $14,000 in debt to having this portfolio.
Right.
And if I
That's-
can do it, you guys can do it.
Yes.
In a bit.
Oh, that's so inspiring. Thank you. So let's look at the numbers. So $33,528 annual cash flow.
Yeah.
That's another job.
That's right.
It's like you have a little person that goes off to
Well,
work and
I left,
makes money while you sleep.
I
right?
left counseling and now I'm an equity analyst here
Yeah.
in San Antonio. I just wanted to be closer.
Oh, that's great. So over 600,000 in equity. I mean, that's fantastic. You know, from where you started off to having this portfolio of great
Absolutely.
cash flow. I mean, this is incredible, guys. So that's amazing. Great work.
Thank you.
So you said during this process you learned a lot about yourself, right, and about the whole process, and your outlook on life changed.
Oh, definitely. You know, I was always walking, you know, those peanut characters, the guy with the little raggedy thing and the flies, always walking over him. Not
Yeah.
even a cloud. No, it was flies. I thought I will never be able to retire at this speed. And now I'm very optimistic because I'm hanging with the right crowd.
Right.
That makes a difference.
Right. So now you don't have that mental burden,
Yeah.
and you can show you. So you said your sons joined.
Yes, my sons all joined. One lives in San Diego, and the other one was in Denver. And Joe actually signed them up. He signed me up, and he signed up my kids as well.
Great. See, I love that because this is about legacy, right? You learn, now the kids learn. Now they can buy their properties.
Absolutely, yes.
That's inspired. That's awesome. So what's next? So short term.
Okay, my
sell?
short term is just to see my portfolio and see what my next step is, and that's why I'm in here in San Antonio,
Yeah.
reaching out to see. I had replaced my income, but I like working, but I love working in my houses. That's vacation to me, and so that picture you can hardly see it. I took that picture when I landed. I believe
It's bigger right
in
here.
San Francisco.
Oh yeah, it was super.
The one
cool.
at the bottom, because I said, you know, I did a little bit of shopping while I was
A little
traveling.
Don't spend all the cash flow, right?
That's right. That's what you do with your cash flow.
That's awesome. Love that. And then long term, thinking about maybe doing some passive stuff in multifamily.
That is my goal. Yes,
Perfect.
absolutely.
We have road trips for that too, so definitely keep coming out to those. And we'll give a shout out before we let you go. Some folks that, right, like you mentioned, Joe Flores.
Definitely Joe Flores. Amazing. Him and his family are wonderful, very inspiring. And he will always answer my questions. I'll call him, I'll text him, and he will be right there. Sometimes I was not the best communicator. I raised my voice with decibels, very patient. and Chad, oh my God. On one occasion, I told one of my houses, I said, I need a pre-qual letter, and he was in the plane. And within an hour, I got my letter.
And
That's
Chad is with
quality.
AMP Lending. So did he do your conventional?
Yes, he did my conventional. For my hard money was Park Lenders.
Okay.
Also fantastic people.
Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
they guided me every step of the way. Everybody's great. I was stalking Chris because I saw that he was doing all the training here, and I knew that he was in San Antonio, so I started kind of following him on Facebook. And finally sent him an instant messenger. I said, I requested to be friends with you because I really need to learn. And you answer, oh, I'm so sorry, I don't get to Facebook that much. But since I don't come to meetings that often, I really learn from the network of all the members and how they interact and just learn from their experiences.
Well, that's great. Well, you've been a huge inspiration to us today, and we appreciate you coming out. And that's a great story. We want to hear from you as you continue to grow and come around more. Don't be shy.
Yeah.
I know we're going to get together and have a meeting and hopefully get you to the road
Thank
trips
you,
and
Jody.
stuff like that. Absolutely.
I appreciate you. Thank.
And now for questions, maybe?
Yeah, let's open up for questions. Who's got questions for? Where are you from?
I'm originally from Mexico. I was born, raised, and educated in Mexico.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
And
I
then you came here and had to start over from zero.
Yes, I married a gentleman from Wisconsin. He was my teacher at the University of Mexico.
Ooh.
And I came here when I was 20 years old. We already had a child. And like I said, my degree from Mexico in international relations, when you're in Oshkosh, you cannot use diplomacy. Why do you use a degree like that? So I got into education, but it was a journey. Yeah.
Great.
I'm amazed. You've done so well for yourself. We all look at ourselves and say there's stumbling blocks in the way.
Right.
You just seem to be one of those people who are like, all right, how do I get past it?
Oh, yes.
Very inspiring.
I was very aggressive at purchasing homes because I figured it has taken me so long to get here. I need to play catch up. And you guys are my inspiration. I think this is the best club that you can be in. Great membership. And really what you pay is nothing in comparison with what you get. Right. A circle of friends that are going to be there with you. And I encourage everybody to join LifeCells.
Yes.
Awesome. We do have a question online here from Alan in Arlington. It says, how do you find your GCs? How do you find your general contractors? Not on the NFL.
I'm blessed that I speak 3 languages, so I can talk to a
that
lot of
helps.
people.
Yeah.
And
So that's English, Spanish, and mom?
Portuguese.
Oh, Portuguese. Okay.
And Mom. Yeah.
and Mom. I have bought houses, and I ask a lot of questions, and I try vendors. And my last house that I bought, because it's close to where all the Sportplex is going to be and close to the missions, I bought it at the cuspid when San Antonio's market was so high, and I couldn't find one contractor. And I got to the point that at some point, I just will go to the day labor, and I said, I'm going to learn code because plumbers need to follow code. So do construction workers. I am going to learn code so I can tell these people how I need my work done. So, yeah.
You made it.
Pencona, pues.
You made it.
That's
work.
not what we teach, but hey, if you want to go be your own GC, go for it. No one's going to tell her no, right?
Oh, you learn through trial and error. But
There you go.
yeah, everybody is amazing, When I think I asked you for a contractor and you also share. I think it was an insurance, something like that. So yeah, the network can help you, and they can share, well, this contractor is fantastic. I ask Sylvia sometimes, so.
So there was another question, how did the after repair value shoot up to that degree? Appreciation. I mean, that's why we buy these things. I mean, that's one of the 6 reasons, right? Appreciation. So
yes.
Any other questions, Sylvia? Are you in any passive deals yet?
Not yet. Not yet. That's why I need to go and buy a couple more houses so I can start investing in passive.
Couple more houses, and then you'll go into passive.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Sounds like
Who
a
thinks
plan.
she's going to do it? Anybody think she's going to do it? Absolutely.
Yes.
Look
No
at that, we all
stopping
believe
her.
in you.
No stopping Sylvia. No excuses. Yeah.
Suzanne, you rock.
One more question? Oh, I thought I saw a hand. Sorry.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much, Suzanne. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Congratulations.